I don't know anybody who has seen this, heard this, read this, and I would argue half of the Finance Committee on the Democrat side that agree with this proposal. $2 billion in tax increases. $2 billion. 1.8 of which never even had a hearing. I mean, at the very least, people should be able to come up and say, like it, I hate it, I don't care. That's what this building is about. This is the people's building. This is the people's legislature.
But when you stick in $2 billion of taxes, most of which did not receive a public hearing, I think you're being too dismissive and disrespectful to the public. Representative Klarides and I have sent a letter to the leaders asking them to hold a public hearing next week on the tax package that's been put forth by Finance so that people could come to the building and talk about the changes in tax policy as proposed by the committee, since they have not had that opportunity before today with respect to the budget.
Regardless of what's underneath the tax part of a budget, I don't know how anybody in this state, any legislator, any governor, anybody who lives there, thinks it's okay to increase taxes $2 billion. We can argue over this was cut, that was added back, this was only halfway. We can have those conversations. But as Senator Fasano and our caucuses believe, as we've said, we believe that we have focused and prioritized our budget on the most vulnerable in this state and reforming this state going forward. But having said that, I don't know anybody besides that Finance Committee that's going on right now, and I don't think most of them think this is okay, that think a $2 billion tax increase in the next 2 years is the way to straighten this state out. We can talk about Monday in appropriations and the spending cap. Listen, this isn't about a spending cap doesn't work. You've all heard that. The spending cap doesn't work. No, it doesn't work for the reasons of spending more money. That's the point of it. I don't know, Keith, how anybody looks at the financial situation we're in this state and thinks it's okay to give hundreds of millions of dollars in overtime / wage increases / Cadillac health plan, health insurance, etc. I don't know anybody who thinks that's okay when social services are being cut, when other things are being cut, and then you put in the tax increase. Listen, we feel very strongly about our CBAC conversations and our proposals, and I would certainly hope that that would get people back into reality, because what I'm seeing going on in room 2E of this building is not the real world. I don't know what world they're living in, but I would hope that they would come to understand that that's not the way to do it, and we're certainly open to those conversations with them.
Look at it, we have 3 budgets out there. We've got the governor's budget, which is over the cap, and according to the treasurer, doesn't balance. So that's that budget. You have the budget with the probes and finance, which is a huge tax increase that's going to drive businesses out of state and take small businesses and increase their burdens, resulting, I would argue, in less jobs in the state. And then you have our budget. And by the way, I might say with that other budget, well, with our budget, a thought-out process that looked at a number of different issues, that's balanced, below the cap, only asks the union's employees, state union employees, to hold their end of the bargain from several years ago. We put back a lot of social service cuts. It balances. It doesn't raise taxes. Those are the 3 budgets now before this assembly.